Hey guys, culture is king. This is part 2 of a 3-part series of articles and videos written by Jack Kleinfelter, and they come directly from the Pete Drucker quote, "Culture eats strategy for breakfast." Let's get right into it. The truth is, as soon as you try to make some sort of culture change, there's going to be resistance. The natives will get restless. There will be mutiny on the ship. It's just a natural reaction. Part of the reason that people become salespersons is because they want some autonomy. They don't want somebody looking over their shoulder all the time. They want to go out and kill it and eat it. And probably if you talk to successful salespeople and unsuccessful salespeople alike, they will probably admit one of the things that they hate most is probably having to sit in a meeting, do a report, filling out CRMs. All these things are things that a lot of salespeople don't like to do if it is just busy work, right? We want to get out, we want to talk to people and do the quality activities that we know will lead to a sale, and we know that most sales are relationship based. So why are we talking about this culture idea so much? It's because if we can install the proper culture in your organization, then we are going to reduce the conflict between sales managers or owners and the salespeople. And we're going to begin to harvest or harbor a good cultivating relationship. Perfect example is me with my owner at Valley Keyboards. That guy had a memory where you could mention a name to him, and he could go to his file cabinet that would take up a wall bigger than mine behind me and pull out a 3-ring binder from 1981 and open it to the page where that name first was written down. Man, he had a memory. I do not have a memory like that. What I needed was the proper tool, a CRM that I could say, hey, there was a farmer in overalls. Yeah, overall guy. Let me look him up. Oh, here he is. And I could see all of the activity and notes and emails and quotes, proposals, everything that I sent to that guy lined up right there in a place where I could see it in one spot at an instant. And when that happened, the relationship between me and the owner completely changed, because what would happen with him, with his great memory, something would make him think about one lead out of my 1,500 leads. It would cause him to say, hey, do you remember that guy? And maybe I vaguely remembered him. Maybe I had reached out to him 6 weeks ago, but my mind wasn't there at the moment that he asked me. My mind was on whatever prospect I was working at this time. So the pause, the delay, the thinking caused a doubt in his mind that I was doing everything that was appropriate in my follow-up activity. So it gives the impression that I'm not on top of my customer. But when I had the right tools in place and I had a sales activity protocol that I followed, I could go to it and I could say, yes, he came in on such and such date. I followed up with this. I've showed him these different instruments. I've sent these nurturing emails. I've sent a video, and he's responded to this, hasn't responded to that, and my next outreach is on this date. Well, that is a quick 1, 2, 3 of what's going on with that customer. So I would watch the owner's face sort of glaze over, sort of look and calculate everything that I had just said to him and realize, okay, my salesperson is 100% on top of this prospect. Now, it's not a aha, I gotcha moment. You're not on top of it. It becomes a collaborative moment. Not to say that my owner was like trying to get me. He wasn't. He was just asking about a prospect. But because I was organized, it doesn't feel like that anymore. And that's all we're trying to do is make sure that we're creating a collaborative environment where the salespeople have a protocol that they're working through, that the sales managers and owners can refer to and communicate with one another in a way that's more collaborative and in a way that's helping the salespeople achieve their goal. What we don't want to do is focus on the end, because when we have a mentality of we need to sell today, boy, it's like we might as well just post a post-it to our forehead. I need a sale, or else I'm not going to make rent this weekend, because our customers feel that, and we feel the pressure, and that's not conducive to a good sales environment. It's much better if we're focusing on good activities that lead to a sale. And let me outline the difference. If I come in on Monday morning and I know that I need to make certain activities and get these certain activities done, and I do them at the end of the day, I'm going to feel accomplished. And at the end of the week, I'll probably have some outcomes. But if I don't have them this week, they'll come next week or the week after, this month. And pretty soon, as you're doing these activities and you've got enough people in the front end of your pipeline, well, stuff just starts shooting out the back end, and they sometimes they just all pop off at once. So that's the kind of culture and the things that we would like to focus on as we're talking about culture. Our desire is to help salespeople be the best versions of themselves that they can be. Because there's plenty of people that are halfway doing the things. And they're not doing our business as a service. They're not doing themselves a service. But for those people who are real sales professionals and they want to be the best that they can be, they want to improve, and they want to do the best for their organizations, and the organizations who really want to pour in and build up young salespeople to the best that they can be, well, it starts with a decision of having a positive sales culture. And like Pete Drucker says, culture will eat strategy for breakfast every day. I'd like to end with a quote from Jack Kleinfelter. It says, "A healthy sales culture serves to make your knowledge more impactful, desirable, and accessible to the world. A sales pro becomes their best sales self by consistently sharpening the saw and never settling for mediocrity." It's our desire that if you had put a sales culture in place, you're going to be a bunch of sharp salespeople that are serving your community, that you're the local guides, the local experts to whatever it is you sell. And you're making not only your life better, but the lives of your customers and your organization better.